What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another very important AMC update to bring all of you this evening. So what we're going to be touching on in this video is some of the unbelievable AMC news that was released today, the new Batman NFT and how that's going to drive an increase of ticket sales. Then we're going to be talking about, we're going to touch on what AMC has done with these new movie theater acquisitions, which is really solid news, and we're going to go over exactly why. And then we're going to touch on this weird securities lending volume thing going on with AMC's Ortex and some things that are developing with GME as well, and some key things that we need to think about in terms of putting ourselves in the short shoes of the AMC shorts right now, and to kind of think about exactly why they are entering short positions or even holding their short positions right now, because when you think about it, the stock has fallen very significantly over the last couple of months. Why are they still in this play? I'm going to give you an explanation as to why and what we are going to need to see, and those things are starting to happen, what we need to see in order to get these shorts out and start coming back to the upside. So before we get into all of that information, if you enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So AMC had an awesome day today, up 10.19% during the trading hours, closed at $16.43. And one kind of illustration I want to touch on is, you guys know we do have that 1348 Discord. A lot of people are finding a lot of success with it. Here's a nice example of how powerful 1348 is when you're looking at any given stock. Now, this is not a recommendation to go out and buy AMC at all, but look at this right here. The blue line, 13 EMA, the red line, the 48 EMA crosses right here. AMC gets above the 200 and then starts to absolutely rip. We had a lot of people in the chat today that just had AMC calls that were printing money. Now, this doesn't just apply to AMC, and I think it applies to a lot of other stocks a lot better. But if you do want to learn more about the strategy, make sure you check out that link down below in the description. So coming over to AMC's Ortex right here, we have 82% utilization, 1.68% average cost to borrow here, and 21.28% estimated short interest. The amount of shares on loan for AMC right now, 121 million, and when you compare that to the estimated short interest, 109 million, they still have a lot of shares that they can potentially use against us. Now, let's get into the securities volume situation, securities lending volume. So previously in the day, we were looking at some of this data and people were suggesting that these numbers right here, this 69 million, almost 70 million in securities lending volume that happened yesterday, was the highest that we have seen on AMC. Now, literally over the last couple of minutes, we've seen the numbers start to get updated, and now we're seeing 142 million in securities lending volume on June 7th. So even though on June 7th, the securities lending volume was a lot higher, almost double, seeing this spike up in lending volume is a really, really big sign because they are trying to attack this stock. Now, here's another illustration of this. I know a lot of people are a little bit disappointed at where the overall price has gone over the last couple of months, but when you take a look at GameStop's estimated short interest right now, and we all know by this point, these stocks tend to move together when big moves happen. Monday, November 15th, the estimated short interest rate here, 8.75%. Now we come all the way up to a couple of months later, and the estimated short interest on GameStop is sitting at 21.85%. That is a massive increase in short interest, and what that tells us, a lot of shares are going out on loan, and the market is getting flooded with supply. Now, before we kind of get into the section of the video, we're going to be kind of putting ourselves into these short shoes to kind of figure out exactly what we need to see in order to see that next big run up. Let's talk a little bit about kind of what's been going on with the great AMC and GME news today. So when we come over to AMC right here, AMC theaters moviegoers who purchase or reserve their ticket by February 14th and see the Batman by March 6th will receive the Batman NFT courtesy of AMC and Warner Brothers. Now, there's going to be a lot of naysayers in the media that are like, yeah, whatever, these NFTs are useless, it doesn't really do anything for AMC, and I would say that that's an absolutely incorrect statement. Here's why. The last time that we saw AMC do these commemorative NFTs in a big way was with Spider-Man. What happened with some of those Spider-Man NFTs? They were selling for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. The highest I saw, $16,000. $100,000 that somebody sold one of their NFTs for, and all they had to do was purchase a ticket and go see the movie. This is a really good incentive to just buy a movie theater ticket, generate more revenue for AMC, go to the movies, potentially generate more concession revenue, and then you do have a chance to make a decent amount of money if you decide to flip your NFT. And that cost, that benefit that you are receiving from that, doesn't come from AMC. It comes from somebody in the NFT marketplace. So I think these NFTs are a great idea going forward, and it's a really good way to kind of turbocharge AMC's revenue going forward. The other thing is this new theater acquisition. So coming over here, AMC Theaters reaches lease agreements with URW, announces additional high-profile major market acquisitions of former ArcLight locations in the DC and San Diego areas. So here's kind of why this is important. The Q2 2021 AMC earnings call last year was, in my mind, one of the most important earnings calls that we have seen on AMC yet. The reason is we got a lot of insight and guidance as to where AMC is going in the future. We got the update on when we could potentially see a dividend. We got an update on the NFTs, I believe, the potential for a GME and AMC partnership. But this was really important right here. They went over their acquisition strategy of new theaters. What they're doing is they're closing down underperforming theaters and opening up theaters in high-performing locations. In the last earnings call we had, we saw that the new theaters that they had opened up had been some of the highest-performing theaters of the kind of amount of theaters that AMC had. This is a really, really strong sign to see AMC really acquiring these theaters and putting them into operation very, very soon. I believe one of these is coming this month, and then the next theater is going to be fully operational in March. Now, in addition to this, when we come over to Ryan Cohen's tweet over here, we do have GameStop unveiling a new and improved App Store app for GameStop. So there's a lot of really good news coming out about these companies, and we did kind of see it reflected in their share prices today. But why are these shorts continuously trying to push these stocks down if the fundamental short thesis doesn't make a whole lot of sense anymore? Now, in my opinion, the fundamental short thesis is pretty much dead. But what I think is going on, and the reason why we see such aggressive shorting on AMC right now, is as follows. When we take a look at the 4-hour chart for AMC and we go back all the way to November right here, we see 1348 really tell us that AMC is about to go bearish, and we saw a couple of crosses up, but we haven't been able to get back above that 200 EMA yet. That's kind of what we would need to see out of AMC to really start trending to the upside. But the technicals have been telling us that AMC has been kind of bearish over the last couple of months. Now, what price were we at when this was happening? About $42. So what I think is going on here is that there's a lot of technical shorts really playing the downside on AMC right now, but that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world at this current time. I think we've really seen a lot of the sell-off in the decrease in price in AMC. I don't foresee any more of these really aggressive downturns in price, especially going into earnings and all the potential good news about to come out. I mean, unless we start to see the market freak out. But we are potentially starting to see the technicals try and bend back in the correct direction. When we see that happen, this kind of goes towards why we haven't seen widespread covering at these lower levels. The technicals really aren't signaling that AMC is going to have a massive reversal anytime soon. But when that day comes, here's what we could potentially see. And this is a really big deal that I want you guys to pay attention to. So they're technical shorts. They are playing AMC on the ride down. Okay, so they end up seeing that it looks like AMC is going to have a strong reversal once the technical signal is about to go to the upside. So they start to get out of their short position, but they're not really trading these stocks on fundamentals. They played it on the way down. What's to say they're not going to play it on the way back up? They easily could cover their shorts, input a lot of buying volume there, and then start to buy again to establish a long position. It's entirely possible that we saw this happen back in January as well, going into June, where we saw AMC start to have that technical breakout, and then we started to see the volume spike, and all of a sudden, we were off to the races all the way up to a high, I believe in the pre-market of $76.26 a share. So what we need to see is the technicals start to turn a little bit bullish. We're going to see these short-term technical traders at these funds start to get out, and they easily could be establishing their long positions again, and that is going to provide us with a lot of the buying pressure and volume that we need to start trending back to the upside. So that is going to wrap up this update on AMC. If you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So I hope you guys are having a great evening, and I'll see you guys in the next one.